Hey everyone, Kyle here, and we're back in the shop with my Lexus Aristo. First thing to note is my exhaust on the ground. Basically, now until next spring, we're going into big project car mode, fixing everything up, including some body work, obviously very minor still. I want this car to be perfect. I took the exhaust off. I'm considering deleting the resonator, not quite sure. And I believe this is a like a bored out catalytic converter. So I'm going to put in a high flow cat with a V-band so it's removable if I want. Might polish up the exhaust a little bit, it's very dirty. That's where my transmission fluid was leaking on the exhaust and smelled terrible, so I'll make sure to clean that up real nice. And then of course we're getting into the engine. I will be pulling the engine yet again to fix the transmission. I'm going to repaint my engine bay. It got kind of dirty. I spilt some fluids on it there, got scratched. And under my brake fluid some leaked. You can see the different paint I tried to repair it with. So I'm pretty much ready to pull the engine actually. So here's the engine as it is. Wiring is removed, put on top of the engine. Exhaust is obviously off. Intake's off, rad's out, intercooler pipes are out. If you want a complete how-to video, just let me know, but basically you gotta do your coolant, exhaust, electrical, intercooler pipes if you're a turbocharged car, vacuum lines, and fuel. I drained my oil to make the engine a little bit lighter, and I'm gonna be pulling it with the transmission, which means right now I gotta go underneath the car. There's the transmission right there. I'm just gonna drain the fluid and detach the drive shaft. I can show you guys that as well. And then basically we're going to be using that engine hoist to pull it out. I'll show you the video of us doing that. Here's the inside of the car. Sorry it's a little dark, but I'm redoing that as well. I'm going to be securing the clutch pedal down a little bit better. It was kind of wiggly actually. And in the center console you can see I have a hydraulic e-brake, which I may install, but it's going to be pretty pricey and difficult, so I might just hook up the cable to that e-brake because it just looks cool. Racing seats in the future, aftermarket red steering wheel. I really like red accents. And I'm also going to be making videos of redoing my entire front suspension. I got new control arms, ball joints, pretty much everything for the new front suspension. Here we go, we're just about to remove the engine. As you can see, I've disassembled the front half. I took off the bumper, it's just up there on the shelf. And there's a whole bunch of car parts, and the headlights are somewhere in a little bag. Anyway, that basically allows me to get this a lot closer to here so that the arm can be directly on top of the engine. Because before we were having troubles lifting it up straight up and down, it would go cockeyed because of just the way the chains are aligned. But I think we're ready to go. Everything is disconnected. My setup here, I have of course the engine hoist. Then in front of the engine hoist I have a little jack. It's the red one down there. And the idea with that is that in an emergency, or if I have to readjust the chains, we can just put a piece of wood or a block on top of that jack and hold up the engine from the bottom. Obviously not the best because it might squish the oil pan, but that's all ready to go. And then if you come down here, there's the transmission, and I've got a little mini jack under the transmission so I can lower and raise that to adjust the angle. So let's go ahead and try and pull it out.
We'll be right back. So here we got the engine out. As you can see, there's the empty engine bay. There's the engine. We actually did it relatively easy this time due to the short chain. We didn't have to do any adjusting. The transmission here, the file was fine, even though it's almost 6 feet long, the whole combination here. And there's my engine bay. As you can see, it used to be painted, but it's being quite mucked up, so I'm going to probably fix that with the season, along with some power steering stuff, and brake line, other engine bay stuff like that. That's just a lot easier to do with getting it out. And then also while the engine's out, I can do lots of work. Transmission, obviously. I'm going to do some internal stuff. If there's anything you want to see, let us know, and we'll make sure to film it, or you can give any recommendations of stuff we should do while the engine's out. Let us know.